Okay, let's talk about the Bitflip that happened today and the geomagnetic storms that are taking place at the moment. What I'd like to do, first of all, I'd like to play you the video of the event that I saw earlier today. It was basically what I presume is some kind of programming error that's affected the whole app, the Microsoft Solitaire app. Play Solitaire, I don't play. Well, anyway, that's the that's the thing. Yeah, so what happened today was kind of surprising. I was looking through my record to see what I had done previous month, and then to my surprise, I found this. Let me play you the video now, so that I can tell you exactly what was going on. Right, so was looking at October, the results, the kind of completion of the challenges I had for October, and then I went backwards. I went back one to the previous month. You'll see it in a minute. I'm just taking the video. I've taken off the audio. The previous month was also showing October, and then August, yeah, which is okay. Then July, yeah. So I'm going backwards, back to October. The previous month was September. I was saying October here, yeah. So that's the first thing that concerned me, yeah. So I was like, okay, the previous month seems to be messed up, yeah. Now, what a Bitflip is, yeah, and I'll show you. Bitflipping is what happens, well, with respect to this talk, we're talking about memory error or soft error, an unintentional state switch from 0 to 1. And an example, yeah, this is just a Wikipedia definition. This is entertainment, but it's very brief, and obviously there was an example which I'll show you now, of a cosmic ray Bitflip. This article by John D. Cook Consulting. The talk of a cosmic ray striking computer memory at just the right time can flip a bit, turning a 0 into a 1 or vice versa. Yeah. Whilst you know, Bitflips are theoretically possible, yeah, and but he was describing a documented event of a Bitflip, yeah. And it's talking about Radio Lab, which had one, yeah. And they changed the vote, an entire vote in Italy, a vote tally in Belgium. That's a famous Bitflip that basically got the tallying up wrong. So that's what a Bitflip basically is, when one of the bits in your memory or whatever other binary system within the computer is flipped, yeah. So I went back to the app today, yeah, just to check it, and here it is. And again, we're at October. We go backwards. Now this app is on my laptop, and it, instead of showing October, it's rubbed it out now. It's showing nothing. And then August, then July. So there was another thing there. There was another error there. So whatever the bit that flip did, it misses out every other month. Yeah. And this goes all the way back. Yeah. And October 2020. Yeah, and it misses it, so it misses out those months, whatever it is. Yeah, and June missed out, and also April. Yeah, so if we go forward to this month, October, end of, yeah, it misses out September, then June, then April, and it does that all the way through it. So I'm not sure if it's the same one that happened today. Because it's the first time I've noticed it. Yesterday I checked it and it was alright. It shows September. When I was doing September, it said September. If you look at the KP index for today, yeah, let's run that. All kinds of mad things going on today. G1 minor magnetic storm, observe KP5, possibility of auroras. This is spaceweather.com. So yeah, there we are. When this happened, it was around hold on, this is a bit late, isn't it? Yeah, it was around that time, around a couple of hours ago now, actually. Yeah, so it was alright. It was during that. That's when I checked it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it is, I'm suggesting that it is that geomagnetic storm that somehow is indicative that there is this debris from the CME that happened. That CME happened quite a while ago. Yeah. It was expected actually 29th of October. It's X1 solar flare that caused it on the 28th. Yeah. And that caused a major CME, and that's the one that's arriving today. Yeah, and that caused all kinds of X-rays and radio waves to hit Earth. It's arrived. Here we are. It arrived at 12 UTC, which was, yeah, there. That's when it arrived, and that's what happened between 12 and 3. Yeah, that's when it arrived. So, and that might have caused the app to flip, is what I'm suggesting. A bit in there to flip to cause that. Alright? Right. So, we've ascertained what a Bitflip is and what it does, and once it affects one part of the program, everything that bit touches that gets used by that bit is affected. So, the best way to do it is to grab the server where that happened, throw it away and get another one. Otherwise you have to look through each bit, and we're working with terabytes now to see which one flipped. But they might have an efficient way of doing it, so I don't know. But I hope they get that fixed. I don't mind anyway. It's entertaining to me anyway. Yeah, I enjoy it. It's great. Great way to stay in shape, to notice things like this. Anyway, let's go back to the time of Christ. I will link the story, don't worry about it. Now, when he was born, it was around 0 BC, right? And the major events of that time, yeah, if you look at them, he was born around here, yeah. China done a census, just like when he was around 102, they were doing a census. And what I noticed was what was happening in 9 AD. Yeah. First of all, Arminius, yeah, basically destroyed the Roman army, and that's when Germany was created, basically. The battle to create the Germanic people free from Rome, to separate them from Rome, was Arminius. Happened 9 years after Christ's alleged birth. And at the same time, in China, Wang Mang was overthrowing the Han dynasty. He was the only man in that dynasty. Yeah. Dynasty lasted 14 years, and he was the only one in it. The Qin dynasty, I think it's called. So if we look at Wang Mang, yeah, this is someone that the arrival of Christ in us, yeah, the human race, yeah, like a Bitflip. When the Almighty came into the human race, it's like a Bitflip. It triggered off things, yeah, all the way through. I mean, Christ was an E-type, you know, these Semitic people, the Afro-Asiatics, like Ethiop-looking kind of people, Arabic. So it was an E-type, but we're E-types as well, Negroes. But so when he entered our consciousness 2,000 years ago, so it was one of the deepest ancestors out there, it affected us as well. Yeah, it touched us, but because everything that was touching him, all the E-types were affected somehow. Yeah, and the human race, in fact. Now look, people in China, Wang Mang started to get inspired. Arminius got inspired to take Germany. Wang Mang took a country, he took China. Arminius took Germany away from the Romans, and at the same time, Wang Mang took China. So this is the kind of thing that Christ was like a Bitflip in human consciousness. Yeah, so that's what Mr. Wang Mang was looking like, and he started an empire in October. Surprisingly, is when he died, when he ended his empire in 23 AD. There's another 23. Yeah, so he was a great guy. He took China and he tried to ban slavery, but he ended up taxing them instead. He was upset about things like that. And of course, Arminius was also a man who was upset about the system at the time, the Romans. He became a German chief. He was Roman born, and he took Rome to Germany from Rome. Yeah, and he did it at the same time. Like, it's as if that bit flipped and it just spread like through everything that's touching it, like that programming I just showed you, programming error. Yeah, this is where I tell you that even when something like that touches, even going back in time is changed a little bit. Yeah, so it's a bit like my suspicions about this crisis that we have. It's like maybe someone out there, it's another possibility. I mean, we did it with plausibilities, we'll never know what happened, but because I'm into this kind of reasoning, it sounds better my way, more fun. So maybe someone experienced a Bitflip, because when a Bitflip happens to us, yeah, for example, they can't cure tinnitus. For me, I believe tinnitus is when you're hit by a cosmic ray and it flips your bits now, neurons, right? Whether it's firing or not firing, I don't know. Yeah, so it must have flipped it and it spread. Everything that was using that neuron, its status is now opposite, and it's spread. And maybe it's one that hears sound, and now it makes you think you're hearing a sound. And the earth also gets tinnitus. I don't know what's happening there. I suppose we can check it to see if it's something similar like that that's happening to Earth. But it would mean that there's a place in Earth that's kind of similar to what an ear is in us. And this Bitflip might be causing the Earth to ring like a bell as well. We don't know. Yeah, but that's what I wanted to add. I wanted to keep it short. That this Bitflip might develop into a Mandela effect, but at the end of the day, science will say it's an anomaly, but they understand that it's an anomaly in terms of they don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but you just know that it will happen from time to time. Yeah, if you can predict when it's going to happen, then that's another thing, you know, that will take it to another realm, into another realm. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to add today.